What if I told you that getting your first 1,000 orders on Etsy was actually more of a science than luck? And there's a few different pieces to this formula. If any of them are missing, then you may never reach 1,000 sales. The most important thing to remember is this specific mindset shift. You have to stop being so patient. You cannot wait to be discovered on Etsy. And the first few weeks are really essential to get sales. It's super important that as soon as you create new listings, they get sold as quickly as possible. And you are 10 steps behind if they don't sell within the first few weeks. So with all of that in mind, the very first thing you need to do for your Etsy shop when you launch, you have to launch loudly. Do not just kind of quietly open the shop, trickle in a few listings here and there, and think to yourself, it's not really ready to show anyone yet. You will slow your success so much that you might end up giving up before you have any success. So it's really important not just to drive people to your listing pages, but also to your total shop page. Etsy wants to see a click-through rate to know that your product is worth surfacing in search. So we are leveraging social media, Pinterest, Instagram. We have a drop model launch strategy for Instagram that works great for this. And if you want to drive traffic from your own personal socials, if you're comfortable with that, feel free to do it. And do not forget about blogs and Etsy forums. Those places should not be forgotten. The second step to getting to 1,000 sales on Etsy is to plaster your face all over your shop and your Instagram. This is optional, but I'll say the first 10 sales are the hardest because your shop honestly looks super sketchy. You have no sales, you might have no reviews, and we have to go above and beyond to show customers that we are a safe shop to buy from. Long term, when your brand has thousands of sales, you do not have to be the face of the brand. You don't have to show your face anywhere if you don't want to. Showing your face means maybe putting a photo in your about section, maybe in your listing photos themselves, right? Showing you actually working on product creation. But all of this will create social proof that you are just a normal person. And if you want to look even more safe, if you are around other people like family, friends, maybe employees in your photos, you will look even more safe and more trustworthy. Okay, now having your face out there is great, but the third step to increase your conversion rate early on is to over communicate in your shop public spaces. This means really filling out your shop announcement, your about section, your shop title, your policies, your descriptions. Those areas for text are like a resume. And just like with a resume, first impressions are everything. Typos or unprofessionalism or slang, that really shines through and can deter people. And do not do it with ChatGPT because it is very obvious. Or you could take the base of what you would like to say in that and have ChatGPT refine it a little bit, but you do want your true words coming through. Be concise and to the point and powerful in your messaging. And if you couldn't tell by now, building high converting, low friction listings is really the first part of getting your first 1,000 sales. And this fourth tip is focusing on your photos. Your photos can make or break your listings. This is apparently a magnetic bookmark. However, it is so clear that there's artificial lighting here. It is not clear the size and scale of this. How does this actually work? The bookmarks can actually do really well. Take a look at some of the best sellers, right? What is it about a bookmark? Even this one is a similar style. And why does this work? Because we're giving context to that product with the background. Even with the background being out of focus, right? We have solid portrait mode happening here. It is giving context to what this is. It is labeling it as a bookmark. Same thing with this one, right? This is another magnetic bookmark. We're showing it on the product itself. This shows that your photos will stop someone from buying even if you are less than half of the price of the bestseller. Your photos can actually do more harm than good if you're not careful. And when I audit someone's photos, sometimes I realize that the thumbnail is good enough for someone to click into the listing, but then all of the other photos are causing them to lose the sale. So what are the key principles of high converting photos? Number one, natural light, not overhead light or artificial light. Stay away from light boxes if you don't know what you're doing. And if you don't know how to manipulate artificial light, I wouldn't be using it. And then close-ups at an angle are always the way to go if you are not the best at photography or displaying your product. Now, the fifth step to getting your first 1,000 sales is creating your profitability staircase. I love it. This has to do with how you make the money and how much. Now, this step is really choosing your walk-away price for each stage of your business. What do I mean by this? You want to think about what margin you are willing to take on your product at each stage of a listing's life cycle. For example, to get your first 10 sales, would you be willing to break even? Or would you be willing to take a slight loss steps just to get them to happen faster. From 10 sales to 100 sales, do you want to be at a 10% margin, a 15% margin, a 30% margin? From 100 sales to 500 sales, maybe you'll want to be another 10% higher. And then maybe from 500 sales to 1,000 sales, maybe you'll pull that price lever to drive profitability even more. The point is to shorten the time span in which these first 1,000 sales happen. So really just think of taking a low margin during a short period of time as the cost of starting a business. If you are okay with a 30% margin for your first 1,000 orders, then it will allow you to get momentum, and gradually you can raise your prices up over that 50% margin. And I did this and it worked amazing. I sold actually a $50 item. It was a floral letter and it cost me $15 to make and about $15 to ship at that time. Etsy took about $10 of it, so I was really only making $10 profit on that item for my first 100 sales. So then I gradually raised my prices, and by the end, I'm selling that same item for $103, and my costs are even lower because I'm doing this at scale, and my margins are over 60%. The sixth step is to launch new listings with a big splash through a discount when you publish a listing. Even if your whole shop is not on sale, having a listing on sale when you launch it is really helpful because we want to make sure to get the clicks and curiosity early in that listing's life cycle. But the real snowball of sales will start with this next strategy, where your goal is to get a positive review from every single customer. And this is called my 3-minute window. 3-minute window means that when you are in your first 1,000 sales, you need to reply to all customer messages and inquiries within 3 minutes. And if someone messages you a question, that same customer likely messaged 3 to 4 other shops the same question. People messaging, they are in buying mode most of the time. So if you respond while they're still in that buying mindset, you can get the sale. And I recommend not using the auto reply from Etsy, since that is more of an empty reply that doesn't actually address their question. So the 3-minute window means you need to reply within 3 minutes in a way that answers their question, but also anticipates the next possible question. This is a really important skill to develop just because it will impact your conversion rate significantly. Okay, so we want to reduce the number of back and forth messages to close the deal. Now, if you do all of these things, but you're not using the right keywords in your titles, then your listings might not be seen by anyone. And I talk about how you can fix your titles and your SEO in the next video. So go check it out.